Hello, everyone. Jackie Tomlin here, and welcome to your Cross Watchers video. Now, this is for if you're watching to check on your significant other, if you're checking on a family member, a friend, anything like that. You know how we do, And tonight, I will be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, youtube.com/LikeJackie. And this will be for your weekly check-in. This will also be Aries to Pisces, but this is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, okay? So right now we are doing your cross watchers, Aries through Pisces. So let's get into this. And it's the if you're dealing with, okay? So it's not necessarily that you're watching your sign. It's if you're dealing with, let's say your best friend is a Taurus and you want to know what's going on with them, then you would watch for Taurus, okay? Let's get into this, and we're going to start with if you are dealing with an Aries. Hi, Miss Dorothy. If you're dealing with an Aries, gosh, you got jumpers, y'all. If you're dealing with an Aries, they're busy, 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 busy. They have an extremely high drive for success. They need some help, and the help that they need is going to be provided. It's on the way. A little bit of brief flirting, but not a whole lot of time for love. Like I said, I find them to be very busy with work or what they've got going on. They've got sudden changes coming in. And what they have been manifesting since spring is coming into fruition for them. They've got an ending coming up, okay? Following that ending will be a new beginning. Lot of scattered energy because, like I said, I say busy, busy, busy. They need to take the time to laugh. And they're making excuses. To me, they're in denial about someone or something, okay? They need to put some more effort into what they've got going on. And one of their big problems here is procrastination. Procrastination and making decisions. Holding them back. And they got some trust issues going on, but no one is holding them back but them, okay? Now, if you're dealing with that Aries, they could be dealing with a Pisces, a Sagittarius, and a Cancer may resonate with them, okay? Let's see what else we've got going on for your Aries. Some of them are recovering from a breakup that they feel is forever. And they feel that way because it's silent and there's been no contact. And they need to compromise. There is trust issues here. And some unexpected chaos with a storm. This lets me know that no contact may be broken soon. But that's what you've got going on if you're dealing with an Aries. Okay? How is everyone today? Another fine rainy day here where I am. Looks like fall. Let's see if you're dealing with a Taurus. All right, gang. If you're dealing with a Taurus. Got jumpers here too. If you're dealing with a Taurus, what's going on for your Taurus? All that. Okay. Your Taurus appears to be on a new emotional path. They've also been going through a healing process, some physical, some emotional, a lot I see as being physical. Hey, Q. Taurus are entering an era of good luck and abundance, and they're under an era of a new beginning. Maybe spending some time by water. The help that they need, they're waiting on. But I think it will arrive for them. They've got a small wish being granted. I have a lot of people around my Taurus. Like half the zodiac. Some brief flirting going on. Some sudden changes. And you could be dealing with a stand-up comedian, or perhaps that is their jam, or they're attending a stand-up comedy show. That pops up significantly. They have strength to get through this busy time. And again, with the major changes. I almost hate to mention the zodiac, because like I said, I can see half of the zodiac is surrounding them. Okay? But Libra, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Gemini. There's a lot of people around my Taurus. What else do we have going on for them? If you're dealing with a Taurus, what's going on? Someone has either lied to them or kept secrets from them. And they're taking a little time out to do some past reflection. They are also dealing with someone with an addiction. That could be a codependency or an actual physical addiction. Catch us later tonight at 7. And their anxiety is through the roof. They are at a crossroads of making decisions, and some of them kind of like the hermit, just sticking close to home for the time being. But that's what's going on with if you're dealing with a Taurus. And I do find, for whatever reason, I find that they are quite overwhelmed right now. Quite overwhelmed. Okay, let's get into if you're dealing with a Gemini. It's funny, I see the letter G if you are dealing with a Gemini. What's going on if you're dealing with a Gemini? Geminis. Okay, your Gemini needs to make some decisions. And there's something here they're fooling themselves about. They're fooling themselves about. And they're holding themselves back because of it. Gemini needs to take some time off. And they may be very well dealing with another Gemini. The twins definitely popping out here. Okay. All right. For my gems. They also got quite a few people around them. Geminis, if you're dealing with a Gemini, they were being used by someone. But you don't need to bring that to their attention because they know it. If a Gemini is separated from someone or something, it is temporary. It is just temporary. They are moving forward and trying to leave an emotional upset behind. They do have new opportunities coming into them. They're trying to take the time to catch up on some rest. Again, lots of people. They have a problem with their ego. They need to get their ego under control. They got some good news coming in to them. And it's like they know what they're supposed to be doing. They're listening to themselves, but they're not taking any action at this particular time. Okay, so if you're dealing with the Gemini, they need to address their self-esteem issues and their insecurities. Gemini may be looking at a proposal from a twin flame energy. They are also sticking close to home. Some of them thinking about a residential move or building a home. And some waiting for an apology from someone in the past. And again, I mean, when we got more than 3 zodiac signs, I'm not even going to list them because that's like half the zodiac here for my Gemini. So lots of people going on around them. Okay. If you're dealing with a Cancer. If you're dealing with a Cancer, what is going on with them? There's something here that they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. They may be in debt for that reason. If you're dealing with a Cancer, they need to clear their thoughts so they can clear their energy. They need to tell someone no. Cancer is making plans for the end of the month, first part of the month. And at that point in time, secrets will be revealed. Cancers also have the signing of a legal contract and or a document. Someone close to them is coming in as an unexpected offer of assistance for them. Okay? They are going to get what they want, but it's going to come in a form that they're not expecting. They are undergoing some major changes right now with a very high drive to succeed. Some of these changes are quite sudden and unexpected. They do have a small wish that's going to be granted. They could be dealing with another Cancer. They're beating themselves up over past decisions, okay? And getting lost in the music, okay? Lyrics, music. Signs that may resonate are going to be a Sagittarius and or a Pisces. And like I said, they could be dealing with another Cancer. And continuing on, if you're dealing with a Cancer, they are seeking a new love. There has been a third-party interference. They are opting to remain single. Some may be dealing with a single parent, or they are a single parent. They are over karmic relationships and toxicity. They are more or less starting like the second part of their lives. Unexpected chaos. Unexpected storm. That's what I got coming up for my Cancers. Okay. Moving into, y'all guys doing well today? If you're dealing with a Leo, this read has really taken off a lot stronger than what I would have ever imagined. Guys, if you're seeking a personal reading, as JackieTomlin.com, and you might want to look at that situationship reading too. If you're dealing with a Leo, okay, Leos know they need to fall down and regroup, rethink their options. They do have a small wish granted, but there's a new opportunity that's causing them to slow down and think things through. They also need to keep a check on their anger, their resentment, and their jealousy. Ooh, ringing true big time for the Leos. Looks like they're planning a trip out of state. They are surrounded by healing energy. A lot of scattered energy. They're searching for contentment. Trying to move forward, but they're busy procrastinating. They've also got some foolish decisions on the horizon. Leos need to expect the unexpected. And part of the unexpected for Leos is going to be unexpected company. They are kind of a pessimist right now. They need to let go of their negativity. They're looking more out towards the end of the month, first part of the month. That's when their luck changes to good luck. And it's more when I see that they're getting things under control. They could be separated from someone or something at the current time, but they're really holding on to an upset here. Something went wrong in the summer for them to change their mind. But they know the time to take action is now. Want to throw out that if you're dealing with a Leo, an Aries may resonate. Okay, what else we got going on for Leos here? If you're dealing with a Leo, they could be dealing with legal matters. Remaining non-committed, wanting to stay single. Overall, they're happy. They've done some reflection, some of that journey inward. They have been dealing with someone with an addiction, whether it's codependency or substance abuse. And my Leos, there's someone here that they have a magnetic attraction to. All right, that's if you're dealing with a Leo. Moving on to if you're dealing with a Virgo. If you're dealing with a Virgo, what's going on in the Virgo's life? The one you're dealing with. The one you're spying on. The one you're checking on. If you're dealing with a Virgo. If you're dealing with a Virgo. They got some good luck coming in later this week. Honestly. There's strength on their side. They're making plans for the end of the month. And they have a small wish being granted. They're also making plans for a trip out of state. They've got a new love opportunity coming in. But they need to let go of anger, resentment, and jealousy over one that they've ended things with. Because they're holding on to that past upset. They also have the arrival of new money. Something that they have been manifesting in spring is coming into fruition. They also have an ending here coming up, and the help that they need is on the way. Virgos could be dealing with another Virgo, a Scorpio, and or a Libra. And if you are dealing with a Virgo, Dorothy, make me laugh. If you are dealing with a Virgo, if you're dealing with a Virgo, you could be dealing with a single parent or somebody that has a lot of responsibilities. They're very much about family. They feel very secure with their family. There's been a third-party interference and some trust issues. Someone that may place them in competition with someone else that's not going to work for a Virgo. And it's all about divine timing, believing in the timing of things. And right now, they are enjoying their freedom. They are enjoying their freedom. Alrighty. I'm right there with you. Right there with you. If you're dealing with a Libra. If you're dealing with a Libra. Libra. What is going on with them? Okay. They're holding themselves back, but they're also playing the blame game. They're blaming everybody but themselves. They need to expect sudden changes. They do have some re-flirting coming up. They're going to get what they want, but it's coming in a form they're not expecting. They also spend quite the time beating themselves up. Getting lost in music, or they're perhaps going to attend a live music venue. They need to dig for their patience, particularly coming up later this week. If you're dealing with a Libra, they've got major changes on the horizon. A high drive for success. They need to get ready for a fast pace, and they got a celebration coming up. Your Libra could be dealing with a Taurus or a Pisces. If you're dealing with that Libra, they're under a spiritual awakening right now. They're seeking a new love. They are healing. Doing some journeying inward. And there's some trust issues over someone lying or keeping secrets from them. And they're very possibly dealing with someone with an addiction. Okay. On to my Scorpios. If you're dealing with a Scorpio. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, what's going on there? I see with the Scorpio, things are either black or white. There's no in between. Okay? Tunnel vision. Scorpios. They're looking for a new beginning in the winter months. They are on the right path, and they're currently in a new beginning. The thing about Scorpios, they're going to get what they want. What they've been manifesting in the summer months are getting ready to bring into fruition, but not until the winter months. Okay? They've got some enemies and some stalkers around them, and they need to tell someone no. They are very closed off and reserved, have a hard time expressing how they feel. Everything they want is within reach and will probably unfold in the next 4 to 6 weeks. They also have a tendency to feel very alone and empty. Okay. Later this week, they're in for some major changes. They also have a high drive for success. And they need to get ready for a fast pace. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, a Leo and or a Pisces may resonate. Someone is very fake around them and wearing a mask. Very much a fake person. That person they may have a magnetic attraction to. And there's someone here they're thinking about. There's been total silence and no contact. They feel most secure with their family. There's been a third-party interference. And something here says that they need to read between the lines. Alrighty. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, what do we have going on there? If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, Sagittarius are flip-flopping between wanting a relationship and not wanting a relationship. They need to relax and take some downtime. They're separated from someone or something is just temporary. They need to get some rest because they're headed into a fast pace. And that fast pace, honestly, is going to be with reconnecting with someone from the past. And they're also getting ready to make some travel plans. There's a caution to watch their mouths. And I'm a Sagittarius. And that's a challenge for any Sagittarius. They are busy working and gaining. Mind on the money, money on the mind. They are busy taking back their power. Again, with reconnecting with someone from the past. They're dealing with a fake person and they know who that person is. That person maybe have lied to them or cheated on them before. They need to put in some more effort. We do have some signs here that they could be dealing with an Aries, a Virgo, a Taurus, and or a Libra. May resonate with the Saggies. Let's see what else we have for Sagittarius. Watching their mouth. Boy, that's a challenge. Sagittarius. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, they got some legal matters to handle. They got courage and strength to get through. They're dealing with a snake, a shift shaper. Like I said, they know they're dealing with a fake person. Could be dealing with a musician or getting lost in music. And they're getting ready to make some changes by offering up a compromise. They're waiting for an apology. And they are in process of overcoming their own fears. That's if you're dealing with a Sagittarius. Okay. Sorry about that. Miss Dorothy, did you get a notification today? I meant to ask that. If you are dealing with a Capricorn, what do we have if you're dealing with a Capricorn for those Cappies? Capricorns, busy, working and gaining, making the money. They are also reuniting with someone from the past and dealing with a fake person. They need to put a little bit more effort into what they've got going on. Okay? They've got the clarity and the dawning of a new day. Could be looking at an intense love relationship, whether that is a significant other. But you didn't get a notification today. They're also looking for a new beginning. They will get what they want. They're in denial about something, but they are on the right path. They have another new beginning coming in the winter, and they need to move forward and leave an emotional upset behind. They've got a lesson well learned. Capricorn. Your Capricorn could be dealing with a Libra, an Aries, and or a Gemini. If you're dealing with a Capricorn. No notification for today. It is a time for reflection. They've got some trust issues from lies and people keeping secrets. They are seeking a new love. You could be looking at a single parent or someone with a lot of responsibilities, someone that travels for work. They're under a healing energy, and they got some decisions to be made. That is if you're dealing with a Capricorn. Now, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, don't forget, guys, live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. That will be the all signs, Aries through Pisces for you. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, they're making plans for the winter. Maybe traveling by water. Getting ready for a fast pace. Everything they want is within their reach. Spend a lot of time dwelling inside their heads. They can expect major changes. They have a very high drive for success, but they need to tell some people no. They need to learn to open up and express their feelings. That'll come over the next few weeks. What they have manifested in summer will come to fruition, but not until the winter. Some of them being stalked. They got enemies with their eyes on them, but they are on the right path and will get what they want. They are moving forward, leaving an emotional upset behind. If you're in a lesson well learned, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, a Pisces and or a Gemini may resonate with them. If you're dealing with an Aquarius. For the Aquarius, they're doing the work on themselves, the journey inward. They're taking on new or more responsibilities. And they're dealing with a soulmate connection. That's, the on again, off again, but the everlasting love. They are trying to date and meet new people. There's been a third-party interference, but they definitely have a romantic connection to someone special. Alrighty. Last but not least, we have, if you're dealing with a Pisces. If you're dealing with a Pisces, what's going on with them? Pisces have a lot of people around them. They need to tell someone no. They got a small wish being granted. It's about taking back their power. Someone around them has been dishonest. They need to take the time to laugh. Pisces need to find their patience. They need to pray. They need to ask for what they want. Continue to move forward. They're also making travel plans. They're under a physical healing as well as an emotional healing. They have a celebration coming up. This could be like a birthday, anniversary, something like that. They know that they deserve more. They have secrets that are about to be revealed. The signing of a legal document. And if you're dealing with a Pisces, Capricorn, Aquarius, and or a Cancer, may resonate with them. Okay, if you're dealing with the Pisces. If you're dealing with the Pisces. No contact. No contact at all. They are missing you and thinking about you. They're waiting to hear from you. Torn on no second chances. And they may think that you're a snake. That you're disguised as something you're really not. I do see a lot of regrets, a lot of mistakes. But I also see there's a magnetic attraction there. So a lot of confusion with my Pisces right now. Okay, so that's what I've got for if you're dealing with. So tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we will be going over your sign. Aries, Leo, all of them. We will be going over Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus with a quick collective at the end. And of course, to be around 7:30 p.m., I will open up for super chats. Hope to see you all there and have an amazing day. Dorothy, good seeing you, dear. See you tonight. Y'all have a good one. Bye.